Yoganuary challenge. I'm Maddie and this is Harry, and we're going to be your two teachers guiding you through this month.
And it's going to be 31 classes, completely random, load of mix of stuff we're going to cover, from challenging to easy to relaxed, short to long, everything that you're going to need to have a really challenging month. Push yourself to do this. It's going to need discipline to make sure you're there every day on your mat, making that commitment. I guarantee you're going to feel good after these 31 days. So today is like a nice 20-minute, well-rounded class, just really basic, simple vinyasa, start to finish, both of us doing it. Enjoy. And it is New Year's Day, so before we start, just tell me, have you got a bad head or do you not have a bad head? In the comments, we're going to ask questions. We want to get to know you. Let us know. Have you got a bad head today? There's a few of you I know might have a bad head. If you come to our yoga classes, you know I know who you are. Anyway, enjoy today. We'll see you on the mat.
So we're going to start today's class in child's pose. So you can either take your knees out wide, take your hips back down towards your heels. Just start to open up those hips, reaching those arms out in front, fingertips spread out on the ground. Then we're going to close our eyes. Take this time at the beginning of the class to just slow down, start to focus on that breath and noticing the body. We'll take a big inhale in through the nose, letting it go all the way down into the belly. And then let that breath fall back out, big exhale. And again, big inhale through the nose, filling up into the back of the body, all the way into the ribs. And then exhale, let it go. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale in through the nose, filling the lungs up. This time we close the mouth, exhale out through the nose. Nice and loud. One more time like this, big breath in through the nose. And big breath out through the nose. And then from here, just gently opening the eyes. Planting those hands down, we're going to start to rock forwards and coming into a tabletop position. So those shoulders are over the wrists, bringing those knees underneath the hips. From here, just gently start to rock forwards and backwards, just finding a little bit of space in those wrists, in those ribs, finding any little movements you want. And then coming into our cat-cows, we're going to inhale, scoop the belly down, lift the chest, lift the chin. And then as we exhale, we round the spine, tucking the chin and tucking the tailbone. And again, as we inhale, scoop that belly down, lift the chest, lift the chin, draw the shoulders back. As we exhale, we then round the spine, really press those hands down into the mat, finding space between the shoulder blades. Moving with the breath, inhale, drop that belly down, it's your cow belly. And then as you exhale, round the spine, find that scared cat. We'll do one more for good measure. Inhale, drop the belly down, lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhaling, rounding the spine, really press down through those hands, finding more space in that back. And then finding that flat back once again, our tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes underneath. Press down through those hands, lift the knees, lift the hips all the way up and back, finding this downward dog position. So you've got this upside down V shape. You really want to roll those shoulders back, finding space between the shoulders and your ears, so you're not hunched up in your shoulders. And then keeping that nice flat back so you can have a little bend in those legs, really having that spine nice and long. Inhaling here, and exhale to stay.
And breathe in again in downward dog. And exhale, last time before we move. And as we inhale, we're going to come through from downward dog to high plank, to shift the weight forward, shoulders over the wrists, squeezing the core, exhaling as we move. And then lifting those hips back up into downward dog, so soft bend into the knees as the hips go up, our fingertips spread out firmly on the ground. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, take it back, downward dog. So these plank rocks will move forward and backwards. Quite a classic movement here. Inhale, come through again. High plank, and then this time we stay in high plank as we exhale here. Tuck the tailbone, feel it just tuck underneath, round the shoulder blades to the sky, so trying to push the ground away with the hands. Inhale again here in plank, and then exhale, lower down halfway, or all the way if you can, slowly and controlled to the ground. Using the knees if you'd like for some support, untucking the toes, and then using the lower back, inhale, lift the chest from the floor, float the fingers and the hands just an inch or so from the mat, baby cobra. Exhale, bring it back down, chin to the floor, hands ground. I'll do one more baby cobra. We're going to inhale, lower back, lift the chest, fingertips float, and that lower back really active, taking this mild back bend. Exhale, chin back to the ground, hands press. Last time with baby cobra, as we inhale, we lift the chest using the lower back, but keep lifting, and this time ground the hands down and try to take a little deeper, softly pushing through those arms. Exhale, chin back to the mat. So that was cobra, we'll do one more like that. Inhale, lift the chest, pushing the hands down. We use the lower back as the strength though. The arms only slightly active, pushing down. And then exhale through the nose as the chin comes back to the mat. Tuck your toes at the back of the mat. Inhale, push up to high plank. And then exhale, step back into your downward dog. So those feet hip width apart, nice soft bend in the knees. You're relaxing those shoulders and the hips lifting up towards the sky, pushing through the hands to really take the hips higher behind you. Inhale, the right leg lifts up into the sky, so three-legged dog. And then exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. So the heel comes towards the butt, the knee is bent, opening through the hip. And then inhale, take that leg straight out behind you to where you started, three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, bring the knee to the nose, squeeze your core, just try tap the nose. Inhale, take that leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee back to the nose, really squeeze the core. Inhale, take it back. This time, exhale, knee to nose, squeeze and stay, and then plant that foot through between the hands. Lowering the left knee down, inhale, arms lift up, we're in low lunge, looking up at our touching hands. Exhale, the weight moves back, straighten the right leg and we fold forward into half splits. Inhale, come forward, ground through the right foot, bend into that knee, lift your arms up. And again, move back, exhale all the way back, straight right leg and we fold forward, keeping the left hip on top of the left knee. Last time coming forward, inhale, lift the arms up. And this time, listen, exhale, plant those hands and step back through to your downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, the left leg lifts up behind you, we're going to match the other side. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. That heel coming towards the butt, lifting that knee high. Inhale, three-legged dog, straighten the hips, square them off. And then exhale, knee to the nose, drive it forward, squeeze the core as tight as you can. Inhale, take that leg back up behind you. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Can you actually touch the nose? Try round the back and squeeze the core. Inhale, lift that leg up and back. Just this little forward, backwards. Exhale, knee to nose. We stay and we plant that foot here at the top of the mat between the hands. The right knee is going to lower, and then we're going to inhale, lift our arms up, bending into that left knee, the hips feeling heavy and coming down. Exhale, push those hips back, straighten the left leg and we fold over that leg. Nose past the knee, long through the back. Inhale, come forward, ground the left foot, lift the arms, low lunge. Exhale, half splits, the weight goes back and we fold over that straight left leg. The last time to come forward, inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale, ground the hands, frame the foot and step back to that downward facing dog. Walking through those legs, left and right. Inhale through the nose. And exhale as the heels draw together and down towards the mat. Last breath here in. And then we're going to exhale, bend the knees, look forward and just step up towards the top. Feet between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, slide the hands to the shins. Flat the back. Exhale, fold. Keep a soft bend in those knees. Don't strain that lower back to fold forward. Inhale, roll to standing, arms lift. all the way up, look up as the hands touch, then exhale, draw those hands together at the chest. Some sun salutation A's. Inhale, take those arms out wide and up above. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, that halfway lift, lengthening the chest from the floor. Exhale, plant the hands and step back at first to plank. Feet together. Inhale and plank, that tailbone tuck, scapula lifting. And then exhale, shift forward on the toes, come halfway down, arms by the body, no more. Inhale over those toes, upward facing dog. We open our chest, shoulder blades drawing down the back. Then exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the core to create that lift as you step back to that downward dog shape. We take 3 breaths, breathing in and breathing out.
Nice long inhale here and exhaling to stay. One more breath in downward dog, inhale. As we exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. You can step, walk, or even hop the feet all the way up. We inhale, slide the hands up the shins, find a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing, bringing the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, bring the palms at the chest. We go again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant the hands. Now you can step or hop the feet back all the way through into your chaturanga, bent elbows. Inhale to your back bend cobra or upward facing dog, shoulders back. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, 3 long breaths. This is your time to really focus on that breath. Noticing that inhale in through the nose. And long exhale out through the nose. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. Last inhale here. As we exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. You step, walk, or hop the feet all the way up to the top. We inhale, find a flat back, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing, bringing the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, palms at the chest. 1 more round. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, taking a forward fold. Moving with the breath. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or hopping back through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, hips up and back. Find that downward facing dog once again. Checking in with your downward dog, making sure that back is nice and flat. If you feel like you're rounding in that spine, just bend your legs a little bit more. Make sure you're not hunched up in your shoulders, but they're rolling down your back. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll take 1 more breath here. Inhale together. As we exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step, walk, or hop the feet up. Inhale, we find a flat back, halfway lift. And exhale, we fold. Last time, inhale, rolling up to standing, bringing the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, bring the palms at the chest. Nice. And now we're going to take a sun salutation B. So here we want to bring those feet together, the heels just slightly apart. And we're going to sit down into our chair pose. So we bend into the legs, take those hips back. Make sure you just look down towards your toes, make sure you can see your toes over the top of your knees. Squeeze that core. We inhale, lift those arms, and as we exhale, we straighten the legs, take that forward fold once again. Inhale, we find a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant the hands, stepping or hopping back through your chaturanga, long exhale. Inhale to your back bend, rolling over those feet. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. But we keep moving from here. We're going to inhale, lift that right leg up. As we exhale, we step that foot through as close between those hands as we can. Strong in those legs. We inhale, stand up into our high lunge, lift the arms. Straight away, exhale, plant those hands back down, stepping all the way back through your vinyasa. We take that chaturanga. Inhale to our back bend. And exhale, hips up and back to our downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale to step that foot through, strong through those legs. We inhale, lift all the way up, high lunge. Straight away, exhale, bring those hands back down through your vinyasa, chaturanga, halfway, strong core. Inhale to your back bend, shoulders back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now we take our rest. And if downward dog does not feel like a rest for you, then we can bring those knees down and find that child's pose we were in before. But focusing on that breath. Inhaling and exhaling.
Now downward dog, we inhale again through the nose. And we exhale. If you took that child's pose for the little break, just come back up to downward dog. Everybody inhaling here last time. And then we exhale, bend the knees, look forward. You move to the front with that long breath out as the feet come between the hands. And then inhale, next breath to that flat back. Exhale, fold. And this time chair pose, knees together, hips sink. Inhale, lift the arms up to chair. Then exhale, stand tall, strong through the ground and bring the hands towards the chest. Inhale, sit to chair, arms lift, hips drop. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flatten the back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back through your chaturanga, halfway down, no more. Inhale over the toes, upward facing dog. Then exhale, lift the hips into your downward facing dog. They go up nice and high, pushing those hands through the ground. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot through between the hands. Take your time, step that foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up, the torso lift into our high lunge. Exhale through the nose, hands plant, right foot steps back. It can stay floated if you'd like, chaturanga halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot through between the hands. Inhale, arms lift up, high lunge. That right heel pushing back. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, keep the leg lifted if you'd like as you lower through a three-legged plank into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest, shoulders down your back, and then exhale, lift those hips up and find downward facing dog. We have a couple of breaths here, breathing in and out. One more breath in and out. This time again we lift the right leg, inhaling as it lifts. Now listen, this is different. Exhale, right foot outside the right hand. We're going to lower the left knee down, untuck the left toes, push those toes into the floor at the back of the mat. The right foot next to the right hand, the arm against the leg, the knee against the shoulder. And then from the tailbone through the spine, one long straight pole up through the crown of the head and a soft gaze off the top of the mat, opening in this lizard pose into our hip and hip flexor. Breathing in through the nose, keep that balance with the breath and the discipline to focus on nothing else. Exhale to stay. Inhale. Exhale, you might find your forearms to the floor. You might experiment with bringing those hands a little further off the top of the mat, lowering the chest towards the floor, takes it a little deeper. Another breath in to stay. And out. This time wherever we are, we inhale, walk those hands back up if they weren't underneath the shoulders. And as we exhale, we tuck those back toes and step back into a downward dog. Just go straight back. Inhale, the left leg lifts. So three-legged dog where we were. And again, listen, it's left foot outside on an exhale of that left hand. The right knee lowers this time, we untuck the right toes and we push the top of the toes, the right top of the foot into the ground to just activate that right hip flex a little more. Arms under the chest, under the shoulders, left foot against left hand, left knee against left shoulder, breathe in and have that soft gaze off the top of the mat. Exhale, we stay. And if you want to experiment with finding the forearms or lowering the chest by walking those hands out a little further, Madeline's do it now if you look. And keep the mind clear, just focus on that breath. Breathe in here. These still poses can be more challenging for some, not for others, but exhale. Follow the breath out as the focus point, almost like this anchor to what we're doing now. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. This time, if you're down on your forearms or further out, inhale, come back up so those hands are underneath the shoulders like everybody else. As you exhale, tuck the back toes and just step back to that downward facing dog. And just give both knees a little wiggle down and up. Move those hips, free it up a bit, and just scan through the body and see a difference from the start, even just after that little restriction of movement and those more yin-like holds into the hip. How you feel. Inhale through the nose. This time we're going to move. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. You're going to step through or jump through to a seat, but in the middle of the mat. Nice, Madeline. Rolling down onto your back, keep the butt in the middle and snap those heels towards your hips. Planting the feet, knees up to the sky. Arms down by the sides of our body. We can just try to touch our heels. You don't want to grab them. If you can grab them, just shimmy forward the heels a little bit, and if you can't touch them, bring them closer. Make sure they're hip width apart. Have a look at your hips. Make sure you've realised how wide they actually are or narrow they actually are. Knees driving up to the ceiling, they're active, trying to keep that locked on position. They don't fall out, they don't come in. Pushing the arms into the floor together, we lift our hips. Inhale, push them up to the sky. And now feel as if someone was there trying to push them back down. And you're fighting against that force, trying to push up towards the ceiling with your hips. Those two pelvis bones, those hip bones pushing up towards the sky. Arms pushing into the floor. Relax the glutes once you've got that lift, and find the lift now from your feet and from your thighs being active to keep everything lifting. The chin away from the chest and the gaze to the ceiling or just over the top of the nose, and then breathe in to stay and exhale to stay, just in this bridge pose, this back bend. One more breath in and out, another in and out. This time, our last breath in, we lift our heels up onto our toes, as high up as you can, breathing in. And then keep the toes up, the heels lifted, and roll the spine down from the neck. As an exhale, that spine rolls down, tailbone touches last. And just let the knees fall to the right, and all the way to the left. Two windscreen wipers, left and right again. The next time you pass the middle, I say collect $200, not play. And keep those knees as they are, and just to start, you're going to let the left leg go out long, and you're going to bring the right knee into the chest, drawing the knee in and interlacing the fingers around the top of that shin. The left arm holds the shin, the right arm goes down by our side. Inhale here through the nose. And then exhale, guide that leg over towards the left-hand side, this spinal twist until the knee touches. You might need a little wiggle with the hips to find that right hip, creating a bit of room, and let the right arm fall out to the side. So the left hip on the floor, the right knee bending out towards the side, and we're twisting through the spine. And your right arm might be floating at the moment, but take the gaze over towards that right arm. One long breath in, and a long, easy breath back out. And then come out of that twist with an inhale. And as you exhale, push that right leg out and bring the left knee in. That interchange as you interlace around the leg, drawing it in with the exhale. And then drop the left arm out wide, right arm holds that shin. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, twist that left leg over towards the right hand side of the room. A little shimmy with that left hip, maybe just to create room with that twist. You can let the gaze just come over to that left hand. Inhale through the nose. And exhale to stay. This time, as you inhale, come out of that twist, rolling onto your back, and as you exhale, bring both knees into the chest, give yourself one big hug. Then let the feet come into the corner of your mat, the bottom, legs out long. Let the arms fold by the body, palms facing up. A tuck of the chin might make some comfort. If this is any sort of irritation in your back, you can bend your knees and let the knees fall into touch as an option. Feet out wide, knees come in. But either way, we find Shavasana, which is corpse pose, this little break. It's where the real yoga happens. Everything we've done until this moment is for this 1 minute, just to switch off, let it all sink in. Breathing through the nose. And open your mouth and exhale as you close your eyes if they're open. Let that breath go now, just a natural ebb and flow in and out. And relax. If your mind fills with thought, just count the breath in for 1, out for 2, in for 3, and so on up to 10. Then just reset that count. Keep still and relax. As we lay here now, we start to deepen that breath. Then take a big stretch out over the head, full body stretch, point those toes, make your body as long as possible. And when you're ready, just roll over onto your side. And come up to a seat, cross-legged. We're all sat up, cross-legged. Bring those hands to the chest, and a little thank you for people that didn't know in yoga is Namaste.
Namaste.
Good luck this month. Have fun.